Hi, my name is Nabila Rizkiariani. Today, we'll be talking about a briefing lecture by Dr. Sue Nichols, who has already given us a lecture with the title An Inquiry Approach to Language or Literacy. Now, from the lecture, they inform us 4 points of the lecture that they're going to relate with that title of an inquiries approach in language or literacy. So the first point was actually about the functional view of language in social context. The second one is about the genres in writing and spoken. The third one is the explicitness and spoken language. And the fourth one is the inquiries or approach in teacher as the way they learn the language. So it's kind of like the first point is where they use the function itself, and then the second one is they gave the different types of use in the language. The third one is where you explore or you go widely or outrage that kind of language, and the fourth one is lastly where we are going to apply. We are going to apply towards the children or the pupils and the students that we will be teaching. The students not only for the nursery or some elementary, junior high school until high school, which of course that will be in Indonesia. But let's focus on the first point from what I got from, of course, it was a live Zoom kind of lecture. So the first point is actually the function view of language. As you can see, that language is the only one where we want to communicate towards one another in individuals, even though that it could be spoken, written, or even hand gestures for those who unfortunately has their disabilities on deafness and etc. So of course the only thing that we always use is language as a tool to connect to people one another, because of course when you communicate to people you have this connection that you created for each and every individual that we are going to face one another, or even you're going to be facing a group, which of course in classrooms we're going to face a group of students. But although we know that the tool is language itself, we have to understand who are we going to ask, what kind of person is receiving that kind of question. We could not give a complicated question towards children's which they only know certain words like chair, door, window, etc. But if you upgrade the way you say or the words you use itself, I don't think that they will understand any kinds of scientific words. Like, as an example, I may say outrage, or the example when the lecture itself said swirling. Now in here we can understand that swirling is something that turns around in sorts, but when we provide a word towards the children, the understanding itself can be from their background knowledge or even they don't know at all. So if it's their background knowledge, they might use it in example. For example, a snake is swirling, or the tornado is swirling, and the way you stir your food for iftar and sorts. And that's how they acknowledge or understand the word, is because we give them an example. And of course we want, if we give them straightly towards a dictionary on what is the meaning of swirling, of course they may not understand it clearly. So of course in an elementary school or for children's, we give them a guidance for that kind of meaning towards the word, the definition. And when we have the guidance, we give them the example. That's when we upgrade, where of course in junior high school they may now understand the main words or the general words that we always use in our daily lives. Now the second one is of course about genre. Now in genre here, there is different kinds of word that we use in different kind of scenario. For example, if we want to talk about food or cooking, that's of course inside the environmental of kitchen, right? Where you're gonna talk about food. Hey everyone, this is a banana, this is a donut, this is blah blah blah. And if you use that kind of genre, then you can go that's the type of cooking place. Now there is genre itself. If it's written, of course that will be related in what type of story or the things, the topic that you will bring about. For example, you want to bring a horror topic, or let's say a storytelling, a light scientific, no, not scientific, light or imagination story, and of course maybe the legend story where you got it from each region or culture and sorts. Now, if it's nowadays, I bet that children wants to bring their genre into the internet, where internet is way fantastic and they use their fantasy with colorful and unique creatures like as what they mentioned about, which is Minecraft, or let's say I know Moshi Monsters as a game, so they relate their knowledge with the game. And the third one is the explicit. Now they can learn the explicit or the upgrader word is when they really love that genre. They really love Minecraft and they want to understand deep about each character. Now that's where you upgrade your skill and you upgrade the word choice that you will be using or you will be understanding. As a teacher for the children's or for the students, you must understand what kind of situation and condition that they are going to like, that they are going to love towards a topic or towards the things that they like. So that's why we need to gain their attention by giving what they like. Now at the end, the different kind of language that they're going to be using. Of course, when we want to inquire them to understand a certain text and sorts, of course, maybe it could be related to one another about what they like. That's for children's. But if it's for, well, teenagers and sorts, I bet that you can relate some scientific or more hard words, because they also understand on what we are going to say, on what the knowledge that's going to be provided. Although since this is a English education in teacher training and education faculty, if you want them to understand your lesson, then you have to understand their updates. Well, it is easy, just at least you know what is trending at the moment. I think that's all that I could say. Thank you very much for watching and bye!